Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Hof Bergmann. Right, so we're still in August, pretty much the same day as the last episode, but I'm just following on by sorting out this grass field that we mowed. So I have pretty much done everything. All the fertilising, all the lime, I've done the whole field boundary, called it Grass Field 1, and then currently what I'm just doing after planting in the grass seeds with a direct seeder, I'm just now finishing it off by rolling it. So we should have a nice grass field here to go to work to, or to go to work at. Now, the one thing I have noticed though is it doesn't have an environmental score, no matter what. So let me just quickly show you this in the map. 2 seconds. No. So you can see here, we're on nitrogen, but if we go to soil type, we've got nothing, and we don't get anything, and it's not like it's situated anywhere else, a bit like on Carmsden. So I have noticed that the only grass fields that we've got, the only fields, not just grass fields, but the only fields we've got are the ones we own that were set on the map. Even the field for the vegetables has a score, but not this one. But anyway, I have done all the soil sampling, leased out the kit for that, and pH sort of done. Nitrogen I did whilst planting, so I used quite a bit of solid fertiliser on that, but not too much, but enough. I'm just finishing it off, so we should get a good yield no matter what, and I think we're probably going to be doing the next cut with a bit of silage, and we'll do it in the bunker because we've got plenty of straw. We've got about 60,000 litres of hay from the last episode just to tie us over, and I think the good thing about that is we can actually use that hay now to probably get a bit of some animals, and I'm thinking cows. I think cows are going to be the main focus anyway on this map for me. I mean, I'm going to do everything else, but I do want to make money off milk because I feel like milk's the best way to make money, and I do like the fact we've got obviously calves and heifers and so on. So we're going to make the most of that. We are going to get piglets, probably get a couple of horses. I might actually use, if it's compatible though, the horse helper mod, because I'm not a big fan of riding the horses around to maintain them. I just think it's a bit of a chore. So in all honesty, I will be using the horse helper for that. But the pigs and everything like that, I won't be doing any assistance on that. Just press the controller, there we go. Yeah, pigs, I won't get any assistance on that. Same for the cows, we're going to do that all properly. Obviously, going to make main focus as well is going to be on the grapes and the vineyard, which I expect will be a killer of an earning if we actually get to harvest that whole field. Now, looking at the vineyard and the grapevines and all that kind of stuff, it's already set, it's already ready to harvest. We're probably going to have to do that soon. I'll have to see that. I don't want it to go withered. But after we've harvested the grapes, I'm going to really have to do some research on the grapevines, the orchards and all that kind of stuff, because I'm pretty much a noob. Finding out the right order to do everything in and all that, I'll have to double check on. It's been a while since I actually played about with it. I think I used it whilst testing the yield. Made sure I did it the right way that time, but since then I haven't actually got hands-on with the vineyards. So yeah, if anyone got any advices or tips on that, put it in the comment section. I'll make sure to read, and then it'll help me out quite a bit when we get started on that. I think I've got all the equipment set up, so that's not an issue. It is pretty much at the moment just about harvesting, and then we can do all the processes, and then I'd like to at least do another one where we do it from start to finish and see if we can see a difference as well on the yield, because I imagine there isn't the mulching side of things, pruning, whatever it is that's going to increase the yield. Fertiliser as well, it seems like it doesn't have any effect on precision farming, which is interesting because I'm sure they use fertiliser when they do grapes. I'm sure they do in real life, so I'm quite surprised about that. So we could put some fertiliser down. I mean, I'd have to check first if it ignores over fertilisation. You can find that out from the XML file that's within precision farming, and I think it might be one on the map as well. But if it does ignore it, then we can do it anyway just to see, just to be certain. But if it doesn't ignore it, then we shouldn't obviously over fertilise it, because that'll have a negative effect on our crop or the grapes. So we'll have to make sure we do it right. So we're nearly finished. This will be the last row, and then it'll all be done, all rolled up. And I have actually done this by using a bit of GPS and gone completely in cab view. And I enjoy it, I really do, when it's like this. And I prefer this mod to the GPS one. since the start of FS22 when this came out first. Yeah, I just prefer it. I really think it's quite useful. So here we are, last little bit, and then we'll move on to the next jobs. All the fields over there are all limed. The 2 got mulched. I limed all 4, so pretty much now with then the only thing left to do is planting some barley and planting some wheat. Now I'm going to do two wheat, 2 barley. Doesn't really matter which fields I end up doing them in, but we're definitely going to be doing 2 wheat and 2 barley. We'll have plenty of straw as well. We might store that as loose, depends if we want to sell it in bales. I'll make a decision. I could do some small bales and sell them just to try out the baler that we've got. There we go, it's all done. So that's Grassfield 1. If I just quickly show you on, probably it's best to look at it here, you can see that Grassfield 1, 2.26 acres, not too bad really. 2.26 acres is pretty good. And then if we quickly just look at precision farming side of things, you can see that the nitrogen levels on these 4 fields will need looking after as soon as we get the crop in the ground. We'll obviously need to do a bit of weed control on them, but everything else pH is all sorted. So pretty good going for the first proper episode and the start of this one. That bale I need to pick up. It's obviously going rolling down the hill a bit. So we're just going to go back, park the roller away, and then we're going to look at getting some cows. We're going to try and get a good amount, and then I'd say we'll give them some feed, we'll give them some hay, see what else we can do with that, and then I think we might move on to the garden and see if we can get some of the vegetables starting to grow, because we did have a quick look at that in the first episode where I was showing you around the map. Trying to think best place to park this equipment. You know what, I think the actual roller might just fit in one of these areas. I'm not sure. Tell you what, for the meantime I'll just park it up next to it and I think that'll be fine. And we will get goats and sheep and all that kind of stuff, because wool's pretty good money, especially when you save it up and then sell it all in one go. And then I think we'll do some cheese at some point as well. Right, so let's go and have a look at the cows, and then we'll have a look to see what we need. We're just going to get milkers this time around. We're not going to go crazy. Just going to get milkers. We do want to start getting some slurry as well, so this will help us out on that front. So let's have a quick look at what's on offer. Right, so we got calves, we got heifers, and then we got cows. Now the good thing about the cows is they're pretty much going to start doing milk straight away, and the gestation period should start as well pretty quick, so we will get some calves. By that time we'll have milk and it should be fine. So let's go with these, and let's go, we can only hold 100, so we don't want to get too many. I'd rather them have space. Let's get 30, which will leave us with 30 calves at some point. It's a shame that I only hold 100, but I understand why as well. So that 50,000 for them, pretty expensive. We could get one bull, but you know what I will do? I'll get an Angus bull. Well, should I get a Holstein bull? Yeah, I'll get a Holstein bull. Why not? So we want that back down to 1. We'll just get the 1 bull. Pretty pointless at this point in the map, but it's just for show. So we got 31 cows. Let's try and find the bull. That's not the bull. I'm hoping it sticks out like a sore thumb. This is more difficult than I expected it to be. You'd think that he wouldn't have certain things, if you know what I'm saying. Where are you, Mr. Bull? I'm probably walking past it. You've probably all seen it and shouting it. It's there. But I can't seem to find the bull. So, we know he's here somewhere. But we just don't know where. I mean, I wonder how it just actually looks, the bull. See, it's not got an udder in that picture. Which obviously makes sense. But I'm sure all them cows had udders. Yep, pretty much. Thought that was it then. Nope. Interesting. Oh well. Anyway, let's get some feed. Mainly, that's what we need to do first. A bit of feed for them so they don't starve. So, we're going to be looking at this bit, they're obviously going to need just straw pretty much and some feed. We're going to just give them hay. That'll make them grow for a bit, keep them happy anyway. But we're obviously not going to be able to get maximum production with milk. So we probably should look at TMR as soon as possible really, but as long as we get some hay, they should be fine. God knows where that bull is. But yeah, let's go get a tractor. We'll get hooked up to that trailer. We'll get some hay from out their hay loft. Feed that to them. And then I think that'll be fine. Do you know what we should do? We should actually get the feed mixer. Because we can also use that for straw as well. That'll work perfectly. A bit tight in here. Especially with this tractor. There we go. That's that. So I've opened up the other door as well on the side just to have another point of entrance. Luckily we don't have to worry about water, which is a bonus. I'm hoping that this will fill up. It should do. No reason why it shouldn't. So yeah, we do have an option for both. Hey, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? How it's dropping out like that. It doesn't just throw it out. It's a nice effect to that. Nice animation, nice sound. Pretty impressive. So we'll fill it up just to see how much they consume. And then I think I might put a few of them straw bales in that are just sitting there, and then we'll use it to get some straw as well. There's some bedding in there. So we should then, in theory, get slurry and manure. Right, so 17,000 litres it holds, which is not too bad. I mean, when we've got 100 cows, it's probably it might need a bigger one, but I think for now it'll do the job. Right, so overloading hay over here. You can see it's coming out as the original texture of hay, but sitting in the actual feed mixer it is what we'd expect or hope it to be. If we do move down a little bit slowly, we can spread this feed out a bit more. Looks like it's filling up pretty quick though. And all the cows are happy. You can see them running in. Let's just have a quick look to see how much that actually fills her up. Well, we're full. So, total feed 15,750. So that is interesting. So it doesn't hold that much. It probably means we're going to have to be feeding them on a more regular basis. So, I'm trying to think now what to do with this hay, because I don't want to lose it. I'm hoping I can just tip it back in. Then we can put some straw in. But first we're going to have to move things around. Let me just quickly move this out of the way. I'll try and get rid of this hay and we'll get some straw in. Right, so we're going to get some of these big round straw bales, start depleting some of this area. I can't think what size these are, but we'll find out in a second. So we've got 10,000, so these are 5,000, which is, well, there's not much space there for turning, is there, with them? Yeah, it's not too bad, 10,000, I mean, I just don't know how much they're actually going to take. I mean, we could try and just put another one in, and I mean, what we could do is always use the feed mixer to actually get rid of some of this into the hay and straw loft. Couldn't we? It's an option. It isn't actually taking the straw bales, which is a bit strange because usually it does. Now it is. I had to turn it on. So we'll keep that doing its job, and then I'll just quickly turn this off and just park it over here for a second. I mean, my thought was originally to just throw in the smaller straw bales, but this will do the job. And then what we want to do is let this go crazy again, and that'll be it, job done. We can always do that. I mean, I think if we have a look, it's in German, which doesn't help. There we go. That should be fine now. It shouldn't automatically spawn any bales if I do drive past or something. Is this one not in? Let me just use a bit of super strength on that. There we go. And then we'll start this and get this spread. At least we've got some cows anyway, at least they're sorted out, but I'm hoping this bedding, yep, seems like it works a treat. Just throw it there and we should start seeing, I'm hopeful, some straw. There you go. That quickly appears. I imagine that there isn't much capacity then. Ah, there's quite a bit. 15,000 we've got in there, I'm sure of it, so it's probably going to be around maybe the same. It's not full, but it'll do. I mean, that looks better. There's the bull. Look at him appear from nowhere. Where have you been hiding? Well, we can all tell he's a bull, if you know what I'm saying. He's the only one not feeding. He's like, he lets all the other cows go first. So there we go. Turn the mixer off. We'll park it back up. Probably get in-cab view for this because it can be a little bit of a tight park. There we go. But at least it's easy enough to feed from the troughs. It's not that much of an issue. So that's that done. We've got cows. We've all set up with a grass field. We've got a bit of hay already. And I think we're progressing quite well. We've just got to wait till September time till we can actually start getting some crop in the ground. If we just have a quick look, I think, yeah, September. And then what I'm probably going to do is at some point we'll start moving on to some of these different crops because I haven't done many of the other crops yet. Yeah, I've been sticking to the normal, let's say the most common crop to do, like canola, wheat, barley, oats. I should probably get onto corn and sunflowers. I'm doing some soybeans currently in Calmsden. Potatoes as well. Love to do some potatoes, sugar beets, bit of sorghum, anything like that really. We're obviously going to be doing grapes. But yeah, I think we'll definitely take a look at doing some sunflowers, corn, sugar beets, potatoes in this series at some point. We'll move over to some of the different crops. Right, so that's that done. So the next thing we need to do now is just have a quick look at the allotments. I think it's the allotments. I'm trying to think of the proper name for it, but I think if we just call it the allotment area. Let's have a look. Let's jump to that. This is a garden, basically. How'd you get in? There'll be an entrance somewhere. There might have been there, but there'll definitely be an entrance. There we go. So as you can see, this all needs water. But hopefully by the end of this episode, we'll have everything growing in these. So we need some fertiliser. We're going to have to go and get that. I might take a bit of a ride up with my bicycle. We'll go and get some fertiliser, little bags. And then what else I'll do is we'll plan then, after we've got that, what we're going to grow. Because I think we're pretty much set with everything else. We don't need this yet. This needs water, if I remember. But yeah, we just need to get some fertiliser and I think we should be alright then. So I'll get up there on my bike, go and buy some from the shop, and then we'll head back down and get this sorted out. Right, so I've decided to take the Nissan, but then I actually got in it and forgot how to get to the shop. I don't think I've ever actually tried to work it out. So we're going to come out, go straight. We're going to turn left and pretty much straight then. I wonder if we can get that direction there to the store, because this is pretty much the store. There's the two entrances. But we'll find out as soon as we get there. Don't have to worry about traffic. And I think this is the first time I've properly driven this Nissan. So fingers crossed. It holds the 10 bags that I've bought already. Alright, so that's good news. There is two entrances to the store. So what we should find is 10 bags of fertiliser just laying on the ground. And we can throw these into the back of this, which does have strapping as well, so that's good news. So manually lift these up. I mean, we don't probably need 10, but why not get 10? They're only £20 each, so that's 200 squids for this. Just got to try and get them back out after. And that's going to be the most difficult thing to do. Right, so we've just gone past our farm. Now I think it should be on the left. I'm pretty certain there's got to be a way in up there. You'd think there would be, because what else does this track go to? I don't think there is, you know. I think it's all fenced off, unless the gate is hard to see where it opens. No, I think it is only that one entrance. So, well, that's pretty difficult, especially if you want to bring something in. Surely there might be a bigger entrance in the one down here. But anyway, we can fit the big, well, they're not big bags, but the sacks, let's say, through that anyway, so it's not as bad. This first fort, take that off. There you go. Hopefully we can get them out. So that's one of them, and we'll place this one here. So that's that one, and that one's done. So a bit of like manual handling when it comes to these kind of jobs. Always was anyway on any map really, but especially on the Hof Bergmann map from FS19, so I don't really expect anything else. So I think that's full up. I think that one's full up. And that one. I think so. I mean, there's only one way to find out. Let's go to our productions. Go to allotments, which are here. So allotment 1 is full up on fertilizer. Allotment 2 is. Allotment 3 is. Allotment 4 is. And the 5th one. So we're all good. So what I should probably just do is store this up here in the shed. There we go. So we'll bring all them in. But let's focus on the water. So this one is allotment, I don't know. Is it allotment 5? Yes, it is. It says there. So allotment number 5. We're going to get in here tomatoes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have to miss one out. So I'm going to miss out strawberries. I think that's probably ideal. So let's get tomatoes going in that. We want a bit more water. That's full up anyway. And then tip the bucket. Job done. There we go. So now let's have a quick look. Pretty much full up on water. That's good news then. So this will take quite a while, you know. I originally thought we could only use the watering can, but as long as you tip the bucket, you should be good. Right, so that's that one. So that's number 4. And if we have a look at this, it's all full up. We'll go with lettuce on that. Job done. We need the bucket first. Running off without the bucket. It's be interesting to see where the pallets spawn, because there's got to be some form of pallet. Now, if they're inside, well, that's going to be a nightmare. Unless I need to use a crate. That might be something, actually, because it wouldn't surprise me if that's the way in Hof. Right, so that seems full to me. And do you know what I'll do? Is I'll put all the water in first. I think there's only 2 more to do anyway, so it's not that bad. I'm sure they hold. Do they hold 100? They hold 198 litres. So is that what's left in the bucket? So that's full. That's only got half, you see. So yeah, it's only taken half on for some reason. So let's just walk around a little bit and see if we can get the rest to go in. It looks like the bucket's empty for some reason. I'm sure it holds 200. It usually holds a full amount. Unless I already had water in them once. Maybe I did. Right, so that's definitely full. There you go, 199. So now we need to go back, just fill it up. and then that'll be the last one, and we can sort it all out. Everything's done fertilizer wise, water. It's not that bad really. It isn't. I'm interested, like I said, to see where the pellets spawn up though. So I think that's going to be the only issue. Oh, we do need to do the trees as well with the apples or the oranges. I don't know. So it is only 100 a bucket then. So the bucket holds 100 litres. It wants 200, so it is 2 trips per one. But I think we already put some water down on them first 3, which makes sense because I was showing you in the first episode. So that makes sense. Is this an IBC we can put water in? Maybe it is. I've just got water from it anyway. I wonder if there's just already water in it. No. I don't know. Main thing is we've got this water source over here. Right, so that's everything. Even though there's 4 trees here, they all combine into 1 in the productions. So let's just go through them one by one. In field 1 allotment, got onions. Number 2's got cauliflower. Number 3 I've put cucumbers, lettuce, and then tomatoes. And then this one, it's got 200 litres of water, and it's making apples. So it'll be interesting to see how far that water stretches, because yeah, if it goes down quick, it's obviously going to be quite a big job. So I'm going to just quickly drop these off, put them in here, and then I think we're pretty much set then. We might progress a bit of time just to actually figure out where these pellets spawn. It might be the fact that we don't even have the option to distribute, sell. Oh, we do, sorry. Storing. That's what we want. We want it to store. Is it the same for... Yeah, so you can see that all these are storing. So this is good because you can see it as it is for each one. So we've got 1 litre of tomatoes already. So yeah, it's storing. But yeah, we'll skip a bit of time because I think we need to now probably get into September anyway. We'll keep an eye on the cows as well. See if we get a bit of slurry. Interested as well to see where the manure spawns. Let me in. I'm blocked out. There we go. Right, so it's now September, and look at this. Look how cool this is. So as the onions have been growing in this allotment, we've now got sacks of onions. So we don't get pallets, we get sacks. They obviously hold less, but they are more realistic. We probably would get sacks. Now the cauliflowers as well, they've spawned into these crates. These manageable crates that you can pick up. They look really good. That cauliflower detail is spot on. We're still waiting on some of the cucumbers though to spawn. They must take longer. Same for the tomatoes at the first allotment here. But you can see that the cabbage, I was trying to think what that was. It is cabbage. It's lettuce, sorry. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot what lettuce was. But yeah, as well, over here, apples into crates look really detailed as well. And if you go around, you do notice that there's some rotten apples that obviously have dropped off. Now, Now let's have a look at the actual production chain so you can get it in your head how much water's been consumed. So even though we're not making that much, we really aren't. 25 litres of apples, and then you've got a tiny amount of water that's gone down. Tomatoes currently 198. Lettuce, we have... It's obviously not any there because it's brought some out. 197 for cucumber. So obviously we need to hit a point before a crate can appear. So let's just have a quick look at this crate here, for example. These appear 18 kilograms, so there's 16 pieces it says. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out as we go, but look how cool this is. We get crates, and obviously this Nissan truck now is even more useful because we can put it in there and we can go take it to a farm shop. Small amount of income, obviously, but it's nice to have this option. It really is. So let's go and have a quick look at the cows before we end the episode. We are in September now. Oh, quickly, I just want to point out that I found a better solution for the fertiliser and bags. I brought the wheelbarrow down and then put all the fertiliser in that. So that's full. and then I obviously brought the wheelbarrow back up, so when we get over here we can just tip it now, which I think is why there's a wheelbarrow there anyway. So let's get out of a garden, we'll lock it up, which you'll notice. There you go. Got to keep it safe. And we'll head back. I mean, we're only pretty much here anyway. As you can see, this is our limed field. Custom texture on lime. But the mulching is different as well to the custom texture of lime on cultivated, which I thought was pretty neat. So let's go and have a look at these cows. The first thing I want to do is check if we've got any manure sitting over here. Yes, we have. That's brilliant news. So it's obviously linked together with the pigs as well, and you can see that it stretches out quite. I do like how it's a big space, so we can, at some point that could be massive. It really could. It could fill up quite quick. I wonder where the feed is at with the cows. Should we have a quick look? So let's have a look at the animals. Go to the cows, and yeah, it's probably consumed just over a third. I'd say that's about 40% of the food has been consumed in that month. We've got 2,260 litres of slurry as well, which is good news. So that's not too bad. There's the bull. Can see him now. It's pretty obvious. But that's not. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So obviously, if we go here, I don't know if it will show up. Yeah, it does show up. This is where we're going to fill up from. The one mod I'm really looking forward to, and I've been waiting for it now and hoping that it comes soon, is the manure extension. Was it called manure extension? I think it was, you know. Yeah, I think it was called that. Manure extension mod. Sounds about right. Which is where we could have the hose connections and it all linked up to your slurry tank. And I'm hoping they expand it this time around. And we get an actual pipe that can be extended from the slurry pit all the way out to the fields like you do see sometimes. It's quite common in the UK now that the slurry pits will have these long hoses, I mean really long, and they stretch all the way out to the fields. It's like an umbilical cord that connects you to the slurry tank, so you don't have to keep going back and forth to fill up. You've constantly got that supply. I'd like to see something like that. I really would. So fingers crossed that can happen. But yeah, I'm happy. I mean, we've done quite a bit in 2 episodes. We really have. And we're progressing quite well. So in the next episode, we're obviously going to get these fields planted in 4 fields. We're going to do a bit of fertiliser on them. And then after that, we're going to try and carry on with expanding on all the features and getting some of the pigs probably next. Got sheep and goats. There is plenty to do. And then at some point, we're going to start tackling the winery and the orchards that are ready already to get started on. But I think on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up because that does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.